Food and mood. Repose yourself through nutritional approach. The topics that I'll be covering are introduction, relationship between food and your mental state, interactions between brain and gut microbiome, foods that you should take to enhance your mental state or boost your mood, and foods that you should avoid during stressful times, and finally the conclusion. So let's begin. Stress. Stress is something that we all experience at one point or the other in our life. It is a change that disturbs our mental state, or we can say state of comfort. Uh, for example, during examination, when we are under constant stress of performing better, or when we have piled up assignments and approaching deadline, we are under stress because we have high demands on us. It, stress might be an emotional issue, but it can become a physical issue when our body starts responding to stress by releasing stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol to prepare you for fight or flight. Basically, these hormones help us to deal with those high demands or those stressful situations. They increase our heart rate, respiratory rate, and they make and you feel your heart beat faster during stress. But these hormones also causes signs like depression, anxiety, anger, irritability, or restlessness. And they also increase the utilization of glucose. Now you must be wondering why the utilization of glucose is increased by these hormones. It is to provide you more energy to deal with the stressful situation effectively. And blood glucose level is increased because is decreased because of more utilization of glucose, and glucose is the only source of energy for our brain, and when our brain sense that, it causes hunger. That is the reason why we feel alteration in our appetite during stressful situations. So let us begin with the main topic, relationship between food and your mental state. Before proceeding further, I would like you to remember all the foods or all the snacks that you want to eat when you are stressed or depressed or sad. You can message me in the chat box. Any food that you want to eat, that you crave for when you are anxious or depressed, kindly message me in the chat box. Sweet foods, exactly. And chocolate. Someone has many have messaged chocolates and salty, sweet, and chocolate, cheese, spicy, dark chocolate, oily food. Exactly, like pizza, burger, noodles, or coffee. These are the foods that gives us comfort. That is why we call these comfort foods. Comfort foods, by definition, are the foods which we crave for when we are stressed or sad. These foods are high in saturated and trans fats, and they are commonly high in glycemic index. Now, what is glycemic index? The glycemic index is a index of is a measure is a food the glycemic index of a food is a measure of how quickly that food raises our blood sugar level. Foods which are prepared of maida or refined wheat flour, or sweet foods, or highly processed foods, or the foods which have undergone a lots of processing, they are very easily digested by our digestive system, and they break down easily and quickly give us glucose, and thus they rapidly increases the blood glucose level of our body. But the question is, should we eat such types of foods? Because obviously we need energy to deal with a stressful situation. Well, the answer is no, because consuming foods with high glycemic index during stress rapidly increases our blood glucose levels, and they makes us feel good for a short period of time. But it also increases the release of insulin to bring that blood glucose level down. And unfortunately, the high amount of insulin which is secreted by our body brings that blood glucose level too low, which activates the stress hormone response like adrenaline and cortisol, which makes you even more stressful and may exaggerate the situation. Thus, this cycle of bad food, bad mood, and comfort food begins, and you can only break the cycle by consuming low glycemic index food or healthy food like whole grain wheats, like whole grains and fruits and vegetables. Moreover, these comfort food also are not good for our gut or gastrointestinal tract. Well, you must be wondering that why gastrointestinal tract is coming into the picture. It is because, let us see. Um, Moving to the next slide, interactions between brain and gut microbiome. Our food choices also impact our gastrointestinal tract, which we commonly call gut. Our gut is inhabited by trillions of microorganisms, which include both pathogenic or bad bacteria and good bacteria. And the composition of these bacteria we commonly call gut microbiome. The fiber which we eat through our food is utilized by these gut bacteria, and they produce some beneficial byproducts like short chain fatty acids, vitamin K, biotin, and neurotransmitters. Now, short chain fatty acids that they produce serve as an energy fuel for the cells of our digestive tract, and the neurotransmitters produced by them act as the messengers that allow communication between our nervous system and gut. So here are some examples of famous bacteria and the common neurotransmitter produced by them. Lactobacillus species and Bifidobacterium species produce GABA, which is a very important neurotransmitter. Escherichia coli, Escherichia species, Bacillus species, and Saccharomyces species produce noradrenaline, which is an antagonist of stress hormone adrenaline. And Candida species, Streptococcus species, and Enterococcus species produce serotonin. Bacillus species produce dopamine. Both these serotonin and dopamine are hormones which makes you happy or joyful. So basically, the byproducts which these good bacteria in our gut produce are beneficial to us, and they enhance our mood. Now, it is very important that we wisely choose our food, um, or we can replace our comfort food with the healthy ones. There are always healthy alternatives present. There are thousands of recipes present on the internet or YouTube where you can make healthy snacks using whole grains or millets or multigrains, and also you can include fruits and vegetables in your diet. So I have made a list of foods that you should eat during stressful time. Uh, let's see. The first one is fiber. Fiber is very useful because, for one, it is rich in because it has low glycemic index. Since fiber cannot be digested by our digestive tract, we do not have enzyme to digest fiber. Therefore, it cannot be broken down into glucose, and hence do not raise our blood sugar level. But it is useful in many ways. For example, it serves as a food for gut microbes. That is why we call it prebiotic. And it gives us relief in constipation because it is good in absorbing water. It provides bulk to our feces and help in slow and smooth defecation. So it gives you relief in constipation. And diets which are high in fiber, people who take diets which are high in fiber never get constipation. And next point is it lowers bad cholesterol. Fiber is a very good in binding the cholesterols which are excreted in bile acids, and it binds with the cholesterol and enhances its excretion with the feces. It also enhances mental as well as physical health. Next one is natural carbohydrates. Natural carbohydrates are those which are complex. They take time to break down, and they provide glucose at appropriate rate. From where do we get these natural carbohydrates? The sources are whole grains, seasonal and natural fruits and vegetables. Now, when you go to the chakki wala, you must always ask them to include the choker, which they usually remove from the atta. And you should always consume fruits with their skin. Never remove the skin of apple or guava, or fruits that you can or skin that you can eat. And the next point is, these natural carbohydrates, they are always accompanied by loads of vitamins and fiber. They slowly increases our blood glucose level. Next one on the list are probiotics. Probiotics are fermented food, or the food which contain good bacteria. For example, curd, yogurt, cheese. You must have heard that curd contains lactobacillus and acetobacter species. These good bacteria, when they reaches our large intestine, the ratio of good bacteria to bad bacteria is increased. And when that happens, naturally these good bacteria produces neurotransmitters, which makes you happy and enhances your mood. Next and most important one is omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. The examples of omega-3 fatty acids include alpha-linoleic acid, linolenic acid, eicosapentaenoic acid, also known as EPA, docosahexaenoic acid, also known as DHA, and omega-6 fatty acids include linoleic acid, arachidonic acid, docosapentaenoic acid. These omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids are essential fatty acids because our body cannot synthesize them, and they are needed for the brain development. That's the reason why pregnant women and children are advised to have DHA. You must have seen companies advertising about formulas like they have DHA. You should make your child drink this formula. We provide essential fatty acid. It is because children are in the age where brain development happens maximum. So that is why they need more and more of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. And not only children, even we adults also require these fatty acids because they reduces the chances of depression, and they are very good for our mental health. Omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids are preferred fatty acids in our brain nervous system. From conception of a child through its maturity, eicosapentaenoic acid and docosahexaenoic acid makes important and irreplaceable contributions to our overall development of brain and nervous system. The diets which are rich in these acids contributes to a high degree of intelligence and memory. They also prevent depression and other psychiatric problems. So make sure that these fatty acids are there in your diet. The sources of essential fatty acids are, as you can see from the picture, avocado, almonds, oils and nuts, especially flaxseed, sunflower seeds, walnuts, and oily fishes. Make sure that they are there in your diet. Now, next one is antioxidants. Antioxidants are very important, and the most important role they serve is to deactivate the free radicals. The free radicals, or the commonly known as reactive oxygen species, they are generated in our body during lipid oxidation and other energy releasing reactions. They are also inhaled through polluted air. And these free radicals cause serious damage to our cells because they have an unpaired electron. So they are highly reactive. They accelerate aging and damage DNA. But these antioxidants like vitamin A, E, C, and some antioxidant enzymes present in our cells, they deactivate these free radicals. They act like a cushion. So more the antioxidants in your diet, healthy will be you, and it also deaccelerate aging. And the sources of antioxidants are, as you can see from this basket, fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables, especially green leafy vegetables. And vitamin A is rich in carrots and all those orange and yellow. Make sure that all the colored fruits and vegetables are there in your diet. Now, it is also important to keep in mind that some things or some food items, they badly affect our mood or mental health, and we should try to avoid them. Number one is refined carbohydrates. By now, you must have a picture that why we should avoid refined carbohydrates. Number one, because they have very high glycemic index. They disrupt our blood glucose level, and which further exaggerate our mental state. And uh, these refined carbohydrates, they also causes obesity. They include, they are present in white breads, juices, chocolates, noodles, pastas, pizzas, candies, sweets, and everything that is made up of refined wheat flour or is highly processed. They're also present in fruit juices, because in fruit juices we actually remove the fiber. We remove the skin part, right? So they do not have fiber, and these refined carbohydrates, they disrupt your blood sugar level. They don't have any fiber, so they also causes constipation. They increases the amount of bad bacteria, which is definitely not good for your mental state, and they causes obesity, diabetes, and other lifestyle diseases. Next is caffeine. The reason why I've included this in my presentation is because it is a very common and most preferred beverage during stressful times. It is because it acts as a stimulant for our nervous system. Most people take it to feel alert and energetic. It can improve your mood also. But the problem is not how what it does. The problem is how it works. It works by blocking the important neurotransmitter adenosine receptor. Adenosine, it is an important neurotransmitter because it works by calming yourself. It makes you sleepy.
Excuse me, Bhavna.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, at the bottom right of your screen, a dialog box is appearing. So we are not able to see the whole screen completely. Can you cancel that dialog box?
Oh, sure, ma'am.
It's
Is
about
it
bite
gone, ma'am?
fence. No, no, it's about bite fence, beware of backdoor Trojans. Yeah, now it's gone. Thanks.
Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. Now, where was I? Adenosine. Adenosine makes you sleepy and it slows down your activity. But it is very good because it makes you calm. And it is important because our body knows when we need rest and sleep. So it is adenosine is a signal to tell us to have rest or sleep. And what we do is drink coffee or consume caffeine, and caffeine suppress that signal, which creates a lots of problem. Like, it's when adenosine's function is interrupted, it causes irritability, anxiety, rapid heart rate, and insomnia. So so we should try to avoid coffee, and instead we should drink shakes like strawberry shake or smoothies. These are healthy options than coffee. Even chocolate is better. Now, missing meals. Missing meals, I included this slide in my presentation because many people, they lose their appetite when they're stressed. They do not want to eat. They ignore their food, which is very bad because it leads to even low blood sugar level. You'll feel weak and tired, and it will increase the stress hormones. Stress hormones will shoot up, and you'll feel even more depressed and crave for even more carbohydrate or refined wheat flour rich foods. So we should not miss meals. Even if you don't want to eat, at least you can eat an apple or eat something. That's what I want to say. Now next is carbonated drinks like Pepsi, Coke. These are very popular these days because uh, they uh, they have very high sugar. They are often referred to as empty calories, because why we call them empty calories, it is because they do not provide any nutrition, no vitamins, no fiber. They just give you energy or sugar, which is which again is not good for your mental health. They increase your weight and also increase the risk of depression. Now, next and last one is trans fats. Trans fats are the worst type of fats. These are present in foods which are fried over and over again, and they are uh, accumulated in large amounts in the oils which we use and reuse for frying, like puri or samosa, French fries, and chips, pizzas. These foods are always rich in trans fats. Trans fats are, they're not good at all. They do not provide any nutritional benefit. They raises bad cholesterol, reduces good cholesterol, and they also increase the risk of heart disease. So make sure that you read the table of contents or the nutrient content, the nutrient value before buying such foods. Now, finally, the conclusion. In the end, I would like to say that we should invest this time on our health and eat less and less processed foods. Um Choose fruits and snacks that are made up of whole wheat or whole grains or millets when you crave for carbohydrate rich foods. And eat healthy fats like essential fatty acids and the fats which we get from nuts and oil seeds, and also cut off fried and trans fat foods. And most importantly, exercise daily, because during exercise endorphins are a type of hormones which are released, which makes you um, which makes you motivated. And drink lots and lots of water. So here I conclude. Any questions? If,
Uh, should I say, Bhavna, or will you read it on your own?
oh, there is a question. Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Um, Question. Then, ma'am, should we stop drinking coffee daily and also as a part of weight loss diet? Okay, if you are on a weight loss, you should stop drinking coffee. And I know it is very difficult for those who are addicted, but at least you can try with a small step. For example, like if you are a coffee drinker and you drink twice a day, you can make it once a day. Or if you drink daily, you can skip a day and drink something else like nimbu pani or aam panna instead. And next question is, how about black coffee? Every coffee contains caffeine, even if it's black coffee or any other coffee. So it doesn't matter if it's black coffee. I know coffee has some benefits, but the disadvantages or demerits are so much that we should ignore the benefits that we get from coffee. Next question is, it is said that almonds increases our memory power. Yes, it's true, because it has essential fatty acids. And yeah. Next question. What about brown bread, oats, and brown rice? Can we include them in our diet? Okay. First, brown bread. Yes, brown bread is fibrous, but the only problem about bread is that they have baking soda. Sodium is not good for us because it will increase. It will not affect you right now, but it will affect you in the long term. When you will be 30s or 40s, it will may increase the risk of hypertension. So you should in matlab less you should take less amount of baked products. But brown bread is definitely better than the white one. Oats and brown rice, yes, this is a healthy option. Oats are really good because they have very good amount of fiber, and they have the fiber which do not causes flatulence. So oats are a good option. And brown rice, yes, because brown rice have the bran layer, which also provides vitamins. Brown rice are healthy option. And now, how about green tea? Green tea is good, but yeah, tea is good. But the problem about tea is you should not take it with the meals, and you should also not take it empty stomach. What you can do is you can have some small snacks with the green tea, or healthy snacks like crackers or ragi chips or baked chips, something like that. And why you should not take it with the meals is because every tea, whether it is green tea or any other tea, it reduces the absorption of iron in your body. You will become anemic if you continuously drink tea or green tea. And it also negatively affects your liver, because our liver serves the function of detoxification. And when we ingest or drink lots of herbs and green tea, which is very high in herbs, और उस जो लिवर होता है उसके ऊपर प्रेशर बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाता है डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन का, तो लिवर के ऊपर ज्यादा प्रेशर हमें नहीं बढ़ाना चाहिए. ग्रीन टी इज गुड अदरवाइज, पर ज्यादा नहीं लेनी चाहिए, एटलीस्ट एक बार लेनी चाहिए दिन में, और मील्स के साथ नहीं लेनी चाहिए. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, सिंस राइस आर रिच इन कार्ब्स डज इट लीड्स टू वेट गेन? नो. ये बहुत बड़ा फूड फैड है कि राइस से वेट गेन होता है. क्योंकि जब रोटी हम लोग लेते हैं तो हम लोग नाप कर लेते हैं कि हम लोग को 2 रोटी खानी है या 3 रोटी खानी है, पर राइस में हम लोग को पोर्शन साइज का कुछ अंदाजा नहीं रहता, हम लोग जितना ले सकते हैं ले लेते हैं, और जितना प्लेट में आता है हम ये होता है लोगों के साथ, जितना प्लेट में वो लोग लेते हैं वो पूरा खत्म कर लेते हैं. तो अगर हम लोग राइस को उतने ही कम अमाउंट में लें जितना हम रोटी को लेते हैं, तो उससे ओबेसिटी या फैट नहीं होता. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, green or herbal tea can be good alternative. Yes, they can be good alternative to coffee, but again you should not consume them zyada. Next, nowadays there are trend of keto diet, yes, it is very popular these days for people looking for weight loss, but I will suggest that you should go by the conventional diet. Do not go for keto diet. Keto diet is beneficial and it will give you good results within a short period of time. But keto diet में क्या होता है, उसमें fats ज़्यादा consume करने पड़ते हैं और उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा health risk होता है. तो अगर keto diet आपको लेनी ही है तो कोई बहुत ज़्यादा प्रोफेशनल या फिर बहुत ही ज्यादा जो जिसे एक्सपीरियंस्ड इंसान से अपना डाइट प्लान करवाना, बिकॉज कीटो डाइट के साथ बहुत ज्यादा रिस्क बढ़ जाता है, हेल्थ रिस्क बहुत बढ़ जाता है. उससे आपका कीटो एसिडोसिस हो सकता है बॉडी में, और बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट हो सकती है. विटामिन की कमी हो जाती है. अगर कीटो डाइट को ले रहा है तो उसे विटामिन लेने पड़ते हैं, विटामिन के सप्लीमेंट्स लेने पड़ते हैं. तो मैं तो कीटो डाइट सजेस्ट नहीं करूंगी, बिकॉज मुझे लगता है कि भले ही थोड़ा सा पेशेंस रखने पड़े, लेकिन कन्वेंशनल डाइट इज बेटर देन द कीटो डाइट. Could you please throw some light on this type of diet that its impact? I've already done. Which type of healthy food we should eat in order to gain weight? Okay. मैं ये सजेस्ट कि अगर आपको वेट गेन करना है तो फ्राइड और ऑयली फूड जरूरी नहीं है. अगर आपको खाना है तो एनर्जी डेंस फूड यू शुड टेक, लाइक खोया. अगर हम लोग 1 ग्लास ऑफ मिल्क लें और थोड़ा सा खोया लें, उनमें एनर्जी मतलब एनर्जी कॉम्पोजिशन दोनों का सेम होता है. बट द प्रॉब्लम इज आप इतना बड़ा ग्लास नहीं पी पाओगे, लेकिन आप इतना सा खोया खा सकते हो. तो अगर आपको वेट गेन करना है तो यही तरीका है कि एनर्जी डेंस फूड्स इंक्लूड करने चाहिए. यू कैन लुक फॉर द रेसिपीज ऑफ एनर्जी डेंस फूड्स, एनर्जी डेंस हेल्दी फूड्स ऑन इंटरनेट. Next question is, okay, ma'am, what about digestive biscuits or whole grain biscuits? Does it also affect in the long run? Yes, digestive biscuits are good. Even I eat them, but obviously they affect in the long run because they have, every baked products have sodium, because they baking soda और baking powder के बिना कोई बेकरी नहीं हो सकती. So, but they are good alternative for the normal ones. Next is, there are several theories about amount of water to be consumed on daily basis. Some say we must drink only when we feel thirsty, which is very wrong. We should not, हम लोग को thirsty होने का वेट नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि जब हम लोग thirsty कब फील करते हैं, जब ऑलरेडी बहुत ज्यादा लॉस हो चुका होता है. हम लोग को थोड़ी थोड़ी देर बाद पानी पीते रहना चाहिए, चाहे हम लोग thirsty फील कर रहे हो या ना हो. मैं ये नहीं कह रही कि बहुत ज्यादा पानी पियो, लेकिन थोड़ा थोड़ा पानी पियो थोड़ी थोड़ी देर में. क्योंकि क्या होता है हमारी बॉडी में, जब पानी की कमी स्टार्ट होती है तो बहुत सारी चेंजेस होने लगते हैं, और जो थर्स्ट वाला मैकेनिज्म है उसे एक्टिवेट होते होते बहुत देर हो जाती है, बहुत ज्यादा आपको लॉस हो चुका होता है, डिहाइड्रेशन हो चुकी होती है तब तक. इसलिए थर्स्टी होने का वेट नहीं करना चाहिए, थोड़ा थोड़ा पानी पीते रहना चाहिए. सम बिलीव दैट वी मस्ट कंज्यूम एटलीस्ट 8 to 10 glasses per day. Yes, this is true. Why it is told to eat light food in dinner? इट इज बिकॉज हमारा जो मेटाबॉलिज्म होता है वो सुबह से लेकर जब तक सूरज ढल नहीं जाता तब तक हाई होता है, और जैसे जैसे टाइम बीतता जाता है हमारा मेटाबॉलिज्म स्लो होता है। इसीलिए कहा जाता है कि डिनर में लाइट फूड और सैलेड्स वगैरह, हम लोगों को सैलेड्स और फ्रूट्स बोला जाता है कि दिन के टाइम में खाना चाहिए, और डिनर के टाइम में लाइट फूड खाना चाहिए जो इजीली डाइजेस्ट हो जाए, और अमाउंट भी कम होना चाहिए। ब्रेकफास्ट में अमाउंट सबसे ज्यादा होना चाहिए, लंच में थोड़ा कम और डिनर में सबसे कम। What if one drinks tea twice or thrice? Which can be done, and which type of tea is better? Green tea or herbal tea is obviously better than the black tea. And twice or thrice is too much. You should थोड़ा सा कम करने की कोशिश करनी चाहिए। अगर एकदम से नहीं हम लोग छोड़ सकते तो एटलीस्ट ट्वाइस अ डे इज बेटर, लाइक वन इन द मॉर्निंग एंड द अदर वन इन द इवनिंग। और मील्स के साथ नहीं लेनी चाहिए टी। It is said that cold water or hot water is bad for health. Only water at room temperature should be consumed. Is hot water also bad for health? Yes. हॉट वाटर भी हम लोगों के लिए अच्छा नहीं होता, क्योंकि एग्जाम्पल आप ले सकते हो, जब हमें फीवर होता है तो फीवर हमारे लिए अच्छा नहीं है, क्योंकि फीवर के टाइम पे हमारे जो एंजाइम्स होते हैं, जो ब्रेन के एंजाइम्स होते हैं और जो बॉडी के एंजाइम्स होते हैं वो डीएक्टिवेट होना शुरू हो जाते हैं। तो ज्यादा गर्म पानी भी हमारे डाइजेशन के डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम्स को डीएक्टिवेट कर सकता है, तो इसलिए हम लोग रूम टेम्परेचर पे पानी लेना चाहिए। और ठंडा पानी हमारे डाइजेस्टिव प्रोसेस को स्लो डाउन कर सकता है। Ginger, lemon, honey water helps in detoxification, but does it have any bad impact on our body? No, it is good. Detoxification के लिए ginger, lemon, honey water लेना चाहिए। Next is it good to skip dinner if we want to lose weight? No, it is not. I won't suggest any skipping of meals to lose weight. If you want to lose weight, आपको अपने मील का पोर्शन साइज कम कर लेना चाहिए, पर बिल्कुल स्किप नहीं करना चाहिए मील को। लाइक आप तीन रोटी खाते हो तो 2 रोटी खा लो, और अगर आप फाइबर फूड ज्यादा लोगे तो आपको भूख नहीं लगेगी। जो फाइबर होता है वो बहुत देर तक पेट में रहता है, और कुछ हम लोग को न्यूट्रिशन या शुगर वगैरह कुछ नहीं बढ़ाता, कुछ एनर्जी प्रोवाइड नहीं करता, और डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन के लिए भी अच्छा होता है। और आपको हमेशा फुल भरे हुए पेट की, मतलब ऐसा लगेगा आपको भूख नहीं लगेगी। तो अगर आपको वेट लॉस करना है तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा फ्रूट्स और सैलेड वगैरह या स्प्राउट्स वगैरह खाओ, ओट्स खाओ, लेकिन मील स्किप करना आई वोंट सजेस्ट दैट। Is it like we should stop drinking green tea eventually, or having it once a day? Having it once a day is okay, because green tea उसमें एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स होते हैं, अच्छा होता है ग्रीन टी पियो, लेकिन ये भी देखो कि आप कैसे पी रहे हो। एम्प्टी स्टमक नहीं पीना। सेकंड, मील के साथ, खाने के साथ, एक कोई भी आप न्यूट्रिशियस चीज खा रहे हो उसके साथ नहीं पीना, क्योंकि वो आयरन के एब्जॉर्प्शन को रोक लेगा और बहुत सारे न्यूट्रिएंट्स के एब्जॉर्प्शन को भी रोकता है। और खाली पेट नहीं लेना, और साथ में कुछ ऐसा स्नैक्स लेना है छोटा मोटा। नेक्स्ट इज हाउ टू रिड्यूस स्लीप। हु वांट्स टू रिड्यूस स्लीप? सोना तो अच्छी बात है, इट रिलैक्सेस योर बॉडी। What type of food should we consume for good skin and hair? स्किन और हेल्थ के लिए विटामिन ए एंड जिंक बहुत अच्छा है। विटामिन ए इज प्रेजेंट इन ग्रीन एंड लीफी वेजिटेबल्स, और नॉन वेजिटेरियन फूड में भी होता है। अगर नॉन वेजिटेरियन फूड खाना है तो फिश एंड ऑयली फिश वगैरह ज्यादा बेनिफिशियल है, ना कि रेड मीट, पोर्क और चिकन से ज्यादा। और जिंक जो होता है वो ऑयली सीड्स में, लाइक सनफ्लावर सीड्स और जिंजली फ्लैक्स सीड्स, जिंजली सीड्स, इन सब में प्रेजेंट होता है। तो इन सब का कंजम्पशन बढ़ाओ और फ्रूट्स खाओ, क्योंकि फ्रूट्स में क्या होता है, एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स, जो हमारी स्किन में डैमेज होता है और जो स्कार्स पड़ते हैं, स्पॉट्स पड़ते हैं, वो मोस्टली फ्री रेडिकल और जो रिएक्टिव ऑक्सीजन स्पीशीज होता है उसकी वजह से डैमेज होता है। अगर हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा विटामिन ई लेंगे, विटामिन ई इज वेरी गुड फॉर हेल्थ, और इट इज ऑल्सो एन एंटीऑक्सीडेंट। विटामिन ई, विटामिन ए और एस्कॉर्बिक एसिड लाइक विटामिन सी लेंगे तो डेफिनेटली स्किन को फायदा होगा। और बालों के लिए बायोटिन और जिंक बहुत अच्छा होता है। हाउ कैन वी इंक्रीज ब्लड इन आवर बॉडी? ब्लड जो होता है, ब्लड सेल्स मेनली किससे चीज से बनते हैं? प्रोटीन से। तो प्रोटीनेशियस जो हाई बायोलॉजिकल प्रोटीन होता है जो हमें एग से मिलता है, एग वाइट स्पेशली, और हाँ एग वाइट से मिलता है, और स्प्राउट्स और लेग्यूम से मिलता है। प्रोटीन लो, और ब्लड सेल की प्रोडक्शन के लिए क्या क्या चाहिए होता है? प्रोटीन चाहिए होता है, और हीम आयरन चाहिए होती है। आयरन लो नॉन वेज सोर्सेज से, क्योंकि वो जल्दी से एब्जॉर्ब हो जाती है। अगर आप वेजिटेरियन हो तब भी आप आयरन का कंजम्पशन वाले फूड्स बढ़ा सकते हो, जैसे पालक हो गया, और जिस चीज में आयरन सबसे ज्यादा होती है, जैगरी खाओ। एक होता है कि कुछ लोग चने को रोस्ट करके जैगरी के साथ खाते हैं, वो बहुत अच्छा है, वो आयरन की उसको बढ़ाता है। और आयरन, प्रोटीन, दैट्स इट। हाँ और साथ में फ्रूट्स या विटामिन सी रिच सोर्स भी लो, क्योंकि विटामिन सी जो होता है वो आयरन के एब्जॉर्ब होने में हेल्प करता है। विटामिन सी के बिना बहुत ही कम आयरन हमारी बॉडी में एब्जॉर्ब होता है। जब आयरन, विटामिन सी और प्रोटीन होगा तो ब्लड का वॉल्यूम डेफिनेटली बढ़ जाएगा। नेक्स्ट इज, ma'am, I want to know that oily food harmed us, but these all are tasty, so what we should do? Okay, you can always look for healthy alternatives. It is not that कि healthy food tasty नहीं हो सकता। रागी अप्स आते हैं, और एक चुलाई के लड्डू आते थे जो हम लोग बहुत खाते थे बचपन में, अब पता नहीं कहाँ मिलते हैं। वो फास्ट के टाइम पे खाए जाते हैं, वो बहुत हेल्दी होते हैं। जो चुलाई होता है उसे हम लोग एमरंथ बोलते हैं, उसमें आयरन, कैल्शियम सब कुछ बहुत ज्यादा होता है। और एक सीसम सीड्स आते हैं, उनके हम लोग लड्डू बना सकते हैं। फ्लैक्स सीड को रोस्ट करके उसके लड्डू बना के खा सकते हैं। हेल्दी स्नैक्स, इफ यू सर्च ऑन द इंटरनेट, यू विल गेट मेनी ऑप्शंस, and they all are very tasty. And you can also look for South Indian food हमेशा healthy होते हैं, like सांबर में ड्रम स्टिक्स होते हैं, और बहुत सारे वेजिटेबल्स होते हैं। टैमरिंड होती है जो बहुत अच्छी होती है हेल्थ के लिए, और वो ज्यादा वो भी नहीं होता, फ्राइड भी नहीं होता, और हेल्दी भी होता है। मधुपाल @मधुपाल, does having lemon and honey in warm water in empty stomach affects us? It affects us in a good way, but not warm water. It should be lukewarm water. गुनगुने पानी में लेना चाहिए। Is it good to take tablets for various vitamins? As a nutritionist, I do not suggest supplements, पर हाँ अगर आपको बहुत ज्यादा deficiency है किसी vitamin की, तो you should definitely take. Can we eat half eggs as dinner? Yes, eggs ले सकते हैं dinner में, easily digest हो जाते हैं। Deficiency of vitamins can lead to hair fall. Basically हेयर फॉल डेफिशिएंसी से होती है, लेकिन कभी कभार इट इज मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम इट इज अ साइकोलॉजिकल इशू। जब हेयर फॉल हो रहा है, हम लोग और भी ज्यादा उसके बारे में सोचेंगे, ज्यादा सोचेंगे तो और भी ज्यादा ऐसा होता है कि हेयर फॉल बढ़ जाता है कम होने की बजाय, जितना ज्यादा हम लोग उस पर ध्यान देते हैं। मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि इग्नोर करो सबसे पहले। आई नो बहुत मुश्किल है इग्नोर करना, लेकिन यू शुड ट्राई। और सेकेंड इज कि अगर आपके बाल झड़ रहे हैं तो डेफिनेटली कोई ना कोई न्यूट्रिएंट की कमी है। बालों के हेल्थ के लिए बहुत सारे न्यूट्रिएंट रिस्पॉन्सिबल हैं, जैसे कि बायोटेन हो गया, जिंक हो गया, और एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स हो गए। तो उन सबका आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि आपकी डाइट में किस विटामिन और किस न्यूट्रिएंट की कमी है। जरूरी नहीं है विटामिन की कमी से होता है, कभी कभार मिनरल की डेफिशिएंसी से भी हो जाता है, जैसे जिंक बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है बालों के लिए। Should we consume fruits with meals? With meals, I won't suggest, क्योंकि कभी कभार क्या होता है, फ्रूट्स जो होते हैं वो डाइजेशन को वो करते हैं, डाइजेशन को प्रिवेंट, डाइजेशन अच्छे से नहीं हो पाता क्योंकि उसमें फाइबर होता है, तो बहुत बल्की हो जाते हैं कभी कभार। तो इन बिटवीन मील्स आप ले सकते हो, स्नैक्स के तौर पे ले सकते हो। और खाने के साथ एक फ्रूट है मैंगो, मैंगो आप लोग ले सकते हो, क्योंकि वो डिनर के साथ, कुछ लोग होते हैं कि रोटी के साथ सब्जी भी ले रहे हैं और एक मैंगो भी ले रखा हुआ है, तो वो बहुत अच्छा होता है डाइजेशन के लिए, वो कोई प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट नहीं करता। लेकिन कुछ फ्रूट्स होते हैं जिनमें बहुत ज्यादा फाइबर होता है, जैसे गुआवा हो गया और पियर हो गया, वो फूड के साथ लेने की वजह से बहुत ज्यादा बल्की हो जाती है हमारी मील्स। तो डिपेंड करता है कि कौन सा फ्रूट है। what can we eat cucumber at night? Yes, you can. It is said that the thing we eat in our breakfast affects our hair. Is it true? No, it is partially true. I know breakfast is important, but it doesn't mean कि breakfast में ही सब कुछ हम लोग अच्छे से consume कर लें और lunch और dinner पर ध्यान ना दें, क्योंकि every meal is important. What is the perfect time to eat fruits? Should it be taken when we crave for snacks? Yes, you can take them when you crave for snacks. You can take them in the morning, before or after breakfast. You can take them before lunch, and दिन का time is best for fruits. Can we eat curd at night? Yes, you can. Because इसके पीछे एक fact है कि रात को कर्ड लेने से गला खराब हो जाता है. ऐसा नहीं होता. डिपेंड करता है कि आप ठंडी ले रहे हैं या फिर रूम टेम्परेचर पर ले रहे हैं. What is the best time to consume milk? Best time to consume milk is शाम के टाइम या फिर रात को, जो खाना खाने के बाद, खाना खाने के 15-20 मिनट के बाद हम लोग एक गिलास दूध लेते हैं, वो बहुत ज्यादा बेनिफिट करता है. मैम, what should we consume during periods to ease menstrual flow and pain? menstrual flow and pain के लिए जो flax seeds होता है और जितने भी ड्राई फ्रूट्स होते हैं वो वो होते हैं, मतलब हेल्प करते हैं. शुड वी बॉयल स्प्राउट्स और ईट रॉ? जैसा आपको सूट करता है. कुछ लोगों को रॉ ज्यादा प्रेफर करते हैं, क्योंकि रॉ में क्या होता है, जो विटामिन सी होता है वो उतना ही रहता है. जब हम लोग बॉईल कर देते हैं तो जो विटामिन सी होता है वो डीएक्टिवेट हो जाता है और डीजनरेट हो जाता है हीट की वजह से. लेकिन कुछ लोगों को प्रॉब्लम होती है कि रॉ खाने से उन्हें फ्लैटुलेंस होता है, तो वो लोग बॉईल करके लेते हैं. तो आपको जैसे सूट करता है वैसे लो. एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?